Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence. Welcome back to another review. Of course, many of you are probably familiar with the brand Tumi. Of course, they have a lot of travel accessories and they do have a store in my local mall. Of course, their other fragrances are Unwind and Awaken. I actually did a video on one of them and I believe I gave my first impressions on both of those fragrances in a previous video. If I do manage to locate at least one of those videos, I'm gonna leave a card to that up here. But today, we're gonna be focusing our attention on the brand new 2021 release. This one is called Continuum. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this dark fragrance, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin my review of Continuum by Tumi, and I tell you all about this fragrance, what I get from the smell, the performance, the longevity, what notes really jump out at me, I do want to mention that if you are a fan of fragrance-related content, if you like fragrance reviews here on YouTube, but also top 10 videos, giveaways, unboxings, and more, please do consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. Also, if you can enable notifications by clicking on the bell, this will guarantee that you don't miss any of my future uploads, and I upload every day. And of course, make sure to like this video if you like this type of content. Now, with this fragrance, Continuum, this celebrates the adventure of achievement. And of course, when you think of Continuum, you have this thought of being in motion, this sense of perpetuity, and there are a lot of really dark ingredients in here. So you have earthy amber, you have incense, you have a little bit of labdanum. That amber that I mentioned is really strong, really long lasting. It's a little vanillic at times. You have the tobacco in here. You have a few earthy touches as well, and the smoked musk in the base, which I think sounds really interesting. So I'm excited to give you my detailed thoughts on the smell, what I get from it, how long it lasts, tell you all about that very comprehensively. Let's start things off with the presentation. So right in the opening of this fragrance, it smells just a little bit smoky, not too smoky, but it does smell dark, very mature, very grounded. You have that amber accord in here. You do have a tad bit of sweetness, but I think the tobacco is kind of overshadowing the sweetness. So the tobacco, of course, makes this fragrance smell very dark, very mature, very gentlemanly, very sophisticated. But I do find it to be a unisex fragrance too. But it does kind of have like that earthy, ambery, smoky, musky tobacco vibe in here. And the tobacco is a really nice complement to the incense. So the incense that's in here, it's a little bit smoky. It can be balsamic at times. So it kind of has that resinous richness that you get from other fragrances that contain, you know, benzoin and cyst absolute or labdanum. And you do get that from this one too. So the amber is not too heavy-handed with the sweets. And I think that that's a good thing, especially given the vibe that they wanted to go with Continuum. So a lot of amber fragrances can be a little too heavy-handed on the vanilla, not leaving enough space for the labdanum or the benzoin. In this one, you do get that balsamic richness. There is that smoky overtone. It doesn't smell medicinal in my opinion, but it has those rich, you know, tobacco leaf properties in here that make this fragrance smell rather mature, of course, without smelling dated. So it doesn't smell like a fragrance that would have been released in the 70s, 80s, or perhaps even early 90s. It smells very modern, it smells very contemporary, and the price for this one is really good too. So I saw the 3.4 ounce bottle on soavantgarde.com is selling for $100 American, USD. And on top of that, free shipping over $50, and they're also running a promotion currently. And so all of the information is gonna be down below, not an affiliate link. This is not a sponsored video, and I don't get anything from you purchasing from the website, just letting you know the deal that I personally found online. And this fragrance is really nice. If you are a fan of those earthy, mature, sophisticated, dark, slightly brooding tobacco fragrances, I think you're gonna find something really special in this one, and you're gonna find something that you really enjoy. Of course, this is a very significant change of pace from Awaken and Unwind. I found that both of those were a bit on the fresh side. This one, complete 180, goes in a darker direction. And for the seasons that we're about to enter, it makes a lot of sense to me. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. Now, first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, I'm trying to think if this reminds me of anything else that contains, tobacco, amber, incense, benzoin, labdanum, any sort of resinous ingredients. I can't quite put my finger on it. I feel like I've smelled somewhat of that combination before, but the totality of all of the ingredients is unique to me. And so I appreciate the uniqueness of this fragrance. I really enjoy the smell. It's right up my alley. These are the types of fragrances that I like to wear right around this time of the year. And I think it's safe enough that I can wear it to the office as well. Longevity on this one, 8+ hours. The projection on this one, fantastic for the first hour and a half of application. It didn't start sitting closer to the skin until about that 6 to 6.5 hour mark. And so that's above average for a lot of people. It will get you through the workday. In terms of the versatility, I think colder weather is really where it's at. If you're looking for something that you can wear a bit more casually and in the hotter weather, of course, Unwind or Awaken are both excellent for that. Although I think Unwind is a little bit more versatile in terms of seasons. Awaken is a little bit more bright on the citrus and refreshing. This one, colder weather, completely unisex. Somebody who's a little bit older, I think would appreciate this fragrance a bit more. Somebody who has experience with niche and designer perfumes of a higher caliber, I think would really appreciate this one. And like I said, just to reiterate, completely unisex. If you like these type of heavy ingredients, leathery, tobacco, amber, smoke, you're gonna love it. And in terms of the presentation, I do like the locking mechanism here on the cap. I like the darker coloration on this bottle, thus letting you know that this is going to be a bit of a darker perfume. So I do like the presentation quite a bit. My final verdict on this fragrance is, I enjoy it. This is perfect for the autumn and the winter time. If you're looking for something that's a little bit heavier, if you're looking for something that has a bit of pizzazz, something that stands apart from, the typical mass marketed designer freshies, check it out. All of the information is gonna be down below. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me. That was my fragrance review of Tumi's Continuum, which you can find at soavantgarde.com. All the links are gonna be down below. If you own or have tried this fragrance, please let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Also, if you are new to this channel and you took something of value from this video, I would really appreciate it if you would consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. Of course, while you're at it, if you can take an extra second to just click on that notification bell, that would mean a lot to me. And that means that every time I upload a video, which is every day, you will get that notification. And of course, make sure to like this video if you like it. Thanks again for watching. Love you all. We'll see you soon. Bye.